Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Dr. OBIORAH, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum, Wisdom University, where we encourage you to use your naturally given sense, your naturally given common sense to look at issues before making your decisions. Today is Oye, n'ọnwa nke Ifeke n'Igbo kalenda. Dịka m si wee na-agwa unu na o kwesịrị na onye Igbo ọbụla ga na-agụ ọgụgụ ahụ site na ngụ Igbo kalenda ngụ arọ witi sitere ndị Igbo si agụ arọ. Na nke oyibo ebula anyị na-agụ bụ Roman Catholic calendar, and date tata bụ 29th April 2024. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to our channel, follow our page Nkolo Mahadum, like it, share it, and let every other person know what you are learning from this university. Let everybody know so they can learn with you and grow with you. In today's lecture, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Thank you for waiting for me. In today's lecture, I'll be addressing one of the issues that our people tend to neglect. But before I do so, I will first of all sympathize and mourn with the people that lost their life in Enugu State a few days ago from Fulani herdsmen in Nimbo community. This is the second attack on that community, and the loss of lives, loss of our people's life was lost when the Fulani herdsmen attacked our people, Biafran people, in their land and killed them. We at Nkolo Mahadum sympathize with our people. And we urge all Igbos around the world to condemn the killings by Fulani herdsmen in our land. Our topic today is to invest in mud houses to maintain our culture, alleviate housing shortage, and create jobs. Many a times when I have raised this issue with some of my friends, they merely laugh at me. I said, what are you talking about? You're still talking about mud houses? That's old. This response is what the response you receive from so many people. I can't understand why we should be responding negatively to our own. Mud houses are the houses that we inherited from our ancestors. And these houses suit our environment. They suit our environment. Our environment is a very hot environment. And that's why our ancestors chose to build mud houses. Also, all the materials needed to build mud houses are in our place. You don't have to import any of them. They are right there with us in our lands. All the materials are there. And so you can also try to rebuild, demolish and rebuild when they get too old. You can modernize. You rebuild to modernize. So I don't see why it is wrong for our people to bring back mud houses in Africa. Bring it back in Africa. And more especially in Biafra land. Like I said earlier, mud houses, the reason why our ancestors were using mud houses is that the materials are there. It suits our hot environment. They don't have to import anything. Plus, it creates jobs for our people. And when you compare it with the current method in which we build houses, you can tell that many people cannot afford to have a home. Many people cannot afford to have a home. If you have gone through buying cement, buying rods, buying zinc, and others that are imported, all these imported materials which we are using to build houses these days, it's beyond the reach of the common person. If you have built a house recently, you understand where I'm coming from. They are very, 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 very expensive. And when you are buying things that you are importing, you are indirectly creating job from that land, from the foreign land. where they are making those things. So if you are importing like zinc, you are actually creating more industries in those countries from where you are importing those things from. If you are importing rod, you're actually creating more jobs from those countries that you're importing rods from. Anything you are importing to build a house, you're actually promoting, creating job in that other country. So why wouldn't it make sense that we go back to building a lot of these mud houses? The government should pay very serious attention to bringing back mud houses into our communities. Investors should key in. Individuals who cannot afford this cement and rods and zinc and all other things, other building materials, build your own mud houses. Mud house is a house. This idea of just building one kind of house, it must be cement, it must be almaco, it must be blocks, it must be zinc, imported zinc, should stop in Africa. It should stop. Because like I said earlier, even when you are building mud houses, not only that it is cheaper, it is very, 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 very cheaper compared to the current way we are building. It will also create jobs for our youths and everybody. It will create a lot of jobs for our people. And it will also create beauty in our environment. It will also be promoting our culture. Because mud houses is our culture from our ancestors. So it's good that we are building mud houses, especially if you cannot afford this current way of building. Mud houses will provide more housing for everybody. Many people don't have a house because it's too expensive to build with cement, rod, zinc, and others. So what you have to take away from today's lecture is that we need to bring back building of mud houses. So that many people can afford it. So that it will create jobs for our people. So that it will beautify our environment. It will promote our culture. That's what we need to be doing. That's the way we're supposed to be thinking. If you go to China, you will see that in addition to building the Western way, which is the way all of us are building now, they're also building their own cultural, ancestral way. You innovate on it. You make it better. If we had continued to build mud houses as inherited from our forefathers up to today, we will have turned it into something else. It will have been something else. But because we tend to demonize our own, we demonize it. We cajole it. We talk down on it. It shouldn't be so. You should promote your own. Mud houses, you can build 1-story, 2-story houses with mud houses. If our engineers really want to pay attention to that. Even up to 3 stories building, you can build up to 3-story building with mud. We have some of these iron woods in the forest. Those iron woods can be used. It just depends on the engineers to go and research and come up with the best way to design and build mud houses up to 2 stories, 3 stories, or even 4-story buildings. It's possible. And before I continue, I must plead with you to please subscribe to our channel, like it, share it, follow us, because the lectures we shall be delivering to you are the lectures that will make you to be thinking with your common sense, the sense you were born with, your naturally given sense. So we at Nkolo Mahadum will be bringing topics that you have forgotten. Many have forgotten about mud houses, forgetting that it is our own. It is the one handed to us by our ancestors. And we should go back to that. Because a lot of our people cannot afford the current way of building in our land. If you have built in recent time, you will understand what I'm talking about. It's very, very, very expensive. And most importantly, it will create jobs for our youth. It will conserve foreign exchange. It will show that we have something that we call our own from our ancestors. So it is very important that the government, the investors, individuals start building mud houses from today. We need to see more mud houses in our communities, in Biafra land, and all over Africa. Because the current way of building houses is very exorbitant. It's very, very exorbitant. That's the takeaway from today's lecture. Let's bring back mud houses in our land. Mud houses fit our environment. Our environment is a hot environment. When you build with zinc and cement and blocks and all this, look at how hot it is. In the dry season, the rooms are very, very hot. And you see our people dying because of heat exhaustion. And you see the skin of our people being so dark because of the heat and sweat in the house or in the houses. But when we build with mud, the rooms are cool. The roof is not zinc. So the rooms are very, very cool. Mud houses are the best houses for our environment. You should go for it right now. Go for it, because that's what we need. Finally, what you have to take away from today's lecture is that we need to bring back mud houses. Some people will say, mud houses in the 21st century? Yes, ours should be our own. I will continue to innovate and modify it to look better and better and better. And with this, I will bring this lecture to an end. Like I said, my messages from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University will always be short. It will be short to save time and for you to take action. The most important thing is getting it and taking action. Before I end this lecture, I will also beg you again to please subscribe to our channel. Like it, follow it, share it. Tell your friends and family members what you are learning from this Nkolo Mahadum. Tell them about it. It's good. Again, my name is OBIORAH Igbo Weze. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.